This month's bonus recipe has a special guest, and that special guest is Ellen Harth, who is the 60th Minnesota Jersey Queen. Welcome, Ellen.
Thanks for having me.
So my big question is, how do you become Minnesota's Jersey Queen?
You have to be involved with jerseys for most of your life, and it has to be your main breed.
Okay, so your main breed of cattle then?
Yep, and you go through a series of interviews, and they ask you questions about your involvement and why you love jerseys.
Excellent. So I think we should celebrate your royal status by making hot pizza dip. And you told me a funny story about pizza in your barn. What was that all about?
When it's a really busy day in our farm, we actually take our pizza cooker out to our barn and just make as many pizzas as we want, because that's what happens when it's really busy during crop season, and we end up just making as many pizzas as we can eat.
Awesome. So we are going to get started on this. It's a really simple, easy, and delicious recipe. So we have 6 ounces of cream cheese in there, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a half a cup of sour cream, if you'd be so kind to dump that into this bowl. While she's dumping that, in this bowl over here, I have 1 teaspoon of oregano, and we're gonna add that in there. And that's gonna give us that pizza flavor that we know and love if you're a person that normally will order pizza from a pizza restaurant right here in Hastings. So on top of that, I'm gonna sprinkle this. And then, because Ellen is all beautifully dressed in her fancy sash and crown, I'm gonna take my blender and I'm gonna mix it together so she doesn't get splattered.
Did you know that jerseys actually have a higher component for milk? They
Really?
have 25% more butterfat, 18% more calcium, 12% more phosphorus.
Oh my
more
gosh.
fat, and has higher levels of B12.
So Jersey is like a nutritional powerhouse when you come to drinking Jersey milk.
Yeah, and the cheese that you're using right now, it probably did come from jerseys, because they usually use Jersey milk when making cheese and butter because of their
butter
butterfat
content.
Yep.
Oh, wow. See, I see why she won, because she knows her Jersey facts.
I actually grew up on my family dairy farm where I have 36 registered jerseys, and I've shown them since 2011.
So dairy is what you live and breathe then.
Yeah, we also have Holsteins too, but they just never caught my heart the way that jerseys did. I'm relatively short, so they've always been the perfect size for me, and
they're on your level?
Yeah.
So what we have done is we have mixed together our cream cheese, our oregano, and our sour cream. So now all we need to do is spread it into our baking dish. And so it doesn't have to be a large baking dish because we only have those small amounts of ingredients in there. So put that in, and I'll let you be captain of the spatula if you want to spread that nice and even. So you said you had how many Jersey cows?
36.
36.
But on our farm we have around 50.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So that combination of that Jersey and that Holstein cow.
Yeah, when we have our Holsteins for higher production pounds, and jerseys to even out the butterfat content and make the milk more valuable.
Gotcha. So for those of you that don't know, when it comes from the farmer's perspective, when they sell milk, it's sold in pounds, as opposed to when you go to the grocery store and you get that milk in gallons. So now we have that nice and spread, so we're gonna start pizzafying it a little more. I have a half of a cup of pizza sauce, and I'll let you smooth that out all nice and pretty over the top of it, because that cheese on the bottom is going to be kind of like our pizza crust. And so now, to make it a little bit more pizza-like, we have 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, and you can just sprinkle that over the top. I'll take your dirty spatula. A princess and queen should never have to deal with the dirtiness. And then on top of that mozzarella cheese, we're gonna sprinkle a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese as well, because a lot of times when you do have pizza, it's actually a combination of cheeses. So if you've ever made homemade pizza at home, that reason why maybe it doesn't taste quite like a store is because it doesn't have that combination. So we're gonna put that 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese on the top. And then you can have a variety of toppings. With this pizza dip, I think it does the best with red peppers and green onions. So we're gonna sprinkle a 1/4 cup of red peppers on the top. And then we're going to sprinkle just a little bit of diced up green peppers on there. And so we just finished up the month of June, and I heard a lot of talk about June Dairy Month. So what's June Dairy Month all about?
It's to promote our dairy products from our farmers.
Okay.
My favorite dairy product is ice cream.
That's a good choice.
It's actually one of the most favorite dairy products in the United States.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, what's your favorite dairy product?
You know, I am a big fan of cheese. I like my cheese a lot, and I like a variety of cheeses, as you couldn't tell from all of the different cheeses inside of the dip. So we are gonna get this going into the oven. I have the oven ready at 350 degrees. We're gonna cook it for 15 minutes, and then I think it's time to taste it, don't you?
Yep.
All right. So we have some delicious hot pizza dip in front of us. It smells great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so before we dig into our delicious hot pizza dip, where might people see you, or what other appearances do you have coming up as Minnesota's 60th Jersey Queen?
I'll be making appearances at the Minnesota State Fair by handing out ribbons for open class and FFA. I'll be showing my own cattle for 4-H, so I'll be unable to do it then. Mm-hmm. And I'll be competing for National Jersey Queen in November in Louisville, Kentucky.
So we're gonna say good luck from the whole town of Hastings to you. So I think we've earned a taste. So I'm gonna grab a cracker. I just have whole wheat crackers here. You can use any cracker that sounds delicious to you. I'm gonna grab a good bite. Ooh, it's cheesy and stringy and delicious. I give that a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's really good.
Does it taste like pizza? Mm-hmm. So remember, Hastings, the apron's optional this time, but
the flavor isn't.